Is this glass half full or half empty? No, I'm not talking about Canucks forward Tanner Glass, and I just noticed that my old school Canucks glass has Ed Jovanovski and Matthias Ohlund in it, but that's okay. Hi everyone, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for January the 31st. We're just coming off of the All-Star break, and here I'm talking about the injury to defenseman Alex Edler, who's going to be out 8 to 10 weeks supposedly after his back surgery. So I ask you, is the glass half full or half empty? Are you an optimist or are you a pessimist? How is this injury going to affect the number one team in the Western Conference, our Vancouver Canucks? If you are a glass half empty type of person or a pessimist, you might say that the Canucks are in deep trouble. They're going to be missing their most dynamic and consistent defenseman of the year. We're going to miss his bone-crushing hits. We're going to miss his booming shot on the power play. And it's going to cause a ripple effect through the lineup. Fair enough. But if you are a glass half full type of person or an optimist, you'll say these things. Hey, it's only 8 or 10 weeks. It could be much longer, 4, 5, 6 months or the rest of the season. You'll say, hey, thank goodness it's the start of February and not April or May, playoff time. You might say, hey, there's more ice time for guys like Keith Ballard now, who seems to have worked his way out of Coach V's doghouse. And you might say, hey, this actually helps figure out that complicated salary cap calculation, and maybe we can bring Sami Salo onto the roster without having to make any other significant roster moves. And then you might say, hey, other teams have survived as well. Philly with Chris Pronger out, Pittsburgh with Crosby, I know they struggled a little bit, and of course Detroit with their multitude of players that are out of the lineup right now. Also on the bright side, Andrew Alberts and Aaron Rome will be coming back in the next couple weeks, and of course, the much anticipated return of Sami Salo, though I'm not sure how many games he'll last. But if we're optimistic and the glass is half full, he'll make it till the end of the season and the playoffs. One last thing, during All-Star Weekend, CBC released a poll and they asked many players a bunch of questions about different facets of the league. And the one thing I took issue with was the players naming the Vancouver Canucks, ranking them as the second most overrated team in the NHL. Overrated? Now I know that this is based on playoff performance, i.e. the Canucks haven't had a great one. Washington was way ahead with 35%, but the Canucks still came in second with 12% of the players' vote. Overrated? I could understand if people were calling the Canucks Stanley Cup contenders and they were 10th, 11th, 12th or in the middle of the pack, but they are tied for first overall. You can't be overrated. You have to be considered a Stanley Cup contender, let alone a favorite. And I know I might be sounding like a homer or biased or a glass half full, but facts are facts. The Canucks are tied for first overall in the league, therefore you cannot be overrated. Overrated? But at least they got one other question right, naming Luongo as the toughest goalie to score against. I guess they weren't counting shootouts. But hey, glass half full, I'm sure he'll be a lot better in future shootouts. I hope. Thanks for watching. I'm looking forward to more all-star type performances from our Canucks in the remainder of the season. God bless and go Canucks go.